Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Learn now from your learning partner. Today, we're going to learn how to create time intelligence functions in Power BI using DAX function, so please watch the complete video so that you don't miss out on your learning. In the previous video, we learned how to use new measure function. If you have not watched that video, then click on the above link. If you're new to Power BI, don't worry. We have created a complete watch list that will guide you step by step, where we explain everything you need to know. We're going to get started with time intelligence functions. In order to use these types of functions in Power BI, you have to know what a date table is. In your data model, we don't have a date table in our data model, so we will create one. There are two different DAX functions that you can use to do this, one of which is named calendar. For the calendar function, the work, you have to provide it with a start and an end date, and it will build a table for you with one column with all of those dates. Calendar auto is the second function, and that one can scan your data and determine the earliest date and the latest date. In your data model, we're going to use calendar auto. It will return one column with all of the dates in the data model. After we create that table, we're going to amend it by adding other columns. So let's get started. In your field pane, make sure the orders table is selected. And then on the Table Tools tab or ribbon, you're going to click New Table. In the formula bar, we're going to double-click on the word table and we're going to name it Dates and navigate to after the equal sign. We're going to use Calendar Auto. So we're going to start typing CA when it shows up on the list, and you'll see that it says it returns the table with one column of dates calculated from the model automatically. We're going to go ahead and tab it in, and we are just going to do a closing parenthesis at the end and press enter. So if you look over in your field pane, you'll see the dates table when you expand. It has one column called date, and you can take a look at the dates. If you go over to your left, go to the data view, and you'll see that it has a date range starting from January 1st, 2010, and it goes all the way through December 31st, 2014. So our earliest date and the latest date in our data model and every date in between is in one column in this new table. In addition to having the full date column, we would like in this table to have the year of each date in a separate column as well as the quarter and the month in two different ways. So we are going to nest our calendar auto function within an add columns function. And to do that, you're going to click after the equal sign right before calendar auto in the formula bar. And you're going to start typing add and add columns. Function comes up. It does exactly what it sounds like. It's going to add more columns to this table. We're going to go ahead and tab it in. Now we're going to click after the closing parenthesis after calendar auto, and we're going to type a comma. So this is now part of the add column syntax. It wants the name of the column that we're adding. We're going to have to put it in double quotes because it's text. So in double quotes, we're going to type year and close the quotes and type a comma. And we're going to use the year function to extract the year of the date. So we're going to start typing this year. It shows up on the list. We're going to tab it in. And what you're going to do is you're going to, just in square brackets, you're going to type date. Well, when you type the square brackets, you'll see dates show up on the list. So we're going to select it from the list instead of typing it. So to extract the year of the date, now we're going to do a closing parent to close out the year function, and we're going to type a comma. Now, we don't want this to be one long run on the function, so we're going to press Shift-Enter to get down to the next row to continue this function. The next thing we would like to extract is the quarter. So we want another column in double quotes. We're going to name it quarter, and we want the letter Q before the quarter number. So in double quotes, we're going to type the capital letter Q. We're going to use the ampersand for concatenation, meaning combine the Q with the quarter number, and we're going to use the quarter function. So go ahead and start typing it and get it in on that bracketed date field. So we typed the square bracket and it popped up on the list. We need a closing parenthesis, another comma, and you're going to Shift-Enter again to get down to the next line. We want to extract the month of the date in two different ways. We want the short name of the month or the full name of the month actually. And we want the month number in two separate columns. So we're going to name another column month, and that's going to be in double quotes comma, and we're going to tell it how to format the date. So we're going to use the format function, and you can get that in there. And we're doing it on the date field. So I type the square bracket and I'm grabbing it from the list. We're going to do a comma, and now we're going to tell it what format. So in double quotes, we're going to type 4 lowercase mm to indicate, give me the full name of the month. If we did 3s, it would be an abbreviation of the month. We're going to close the double quotes. Closing paren, one more comma, and shift enter. We also want to extract the month number, so we want to have a column called month number. We're going to do that in double quotes, comma, we're going to use the month function here. The month function extracts the number of the month, and we're going to do it on that bracketed date field, which is the only field in this table so far. We're going to do a closing par, and we're going to do shift enter one more time and type one more. Closing par. Now when you press enter, the dates table will update and it will show the additional columns that we added. So calendar auto only returns one column, the date column. We use the add columns function. Once you have your date table created, you need to make it a date table so Power BI will know which table to reference when you're using time intelligence functions. We're gonna in the fields pane, we're going to right-click on our dates table and offer the shortcut menu. You'll see the mark as a date table, hover over that, and then click on the mark as a date table. The dialog box opens and it needs you to just select the column, in this case, the column to be used for the date. In our new dates table, we only have one column, and that is the date column that it automatically created. The column that holds the full date. So that's the only one that's going to show up on the list here. It tells you it was validated successfully, and you can click OK. So we've just created a date table, added more columns to it, and marked it as a date table. That's for this video. So stay tuned and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more Power BI tutorials and tips. Thank you for watching.